Transport Canada has changed the rules for drivers over 60, and most Canadians have no idea. Right now, across this country, thousands of older drivers are getting behind the wheel without the updated medical declarations, vision certifications, and renewal documents that the new 2026 framework requires. And if you are stopped, involved in an accident, or flagged during a license renewal without the correct paperwork, the consequences are serious. Your license can be suspended, your insurance can be voided, and you could be held personally liable for everything. This is not a rumor. This is confirmed policy, and it starts right now. Welcome to Maple Now 24, the channel built for Canadians who want the facts, fast, with nothing left out. Today on our very first video, we are covering one of the most important updates affecting older drivers across Canada in 2026. Transport Canada, working alongside provincial licensing authorities, has rolled out a new national framework for drivers aged 60 and above that changes how licenses are renewed, what medical information must be declared, how vision is tested, and what happens if you do not comply. Over 5.5 million Canadians aged 65 and older currently hold active driving licenses. That number is growing every year. And this new framework was built specifically because of that growth. We are going to walk you through every key change, who it affects, what it requires, and exactly what you need to do today to keep your license, your insurance, and your independence fully protected. Let us start with the big picture. Transport Canada's 2026 Road Safety Strategy introduced a nationally harmonized framework for senior driver licensing, developed in collaboration with the Canadian Council of Motor Transport Administrators and provincial transport ministries. The goal is clear. By 2030, Canadian authorities want to reduce senior-involved road fatalities by 20%. With drivers over 75 statistically overrepresented in severe collision data by 25%, the government decided that the old system of minimal checks and self-declarations was no longer sufficient. The new rules do not ban older drivers. They do not automatically restrict anyone based on age alone. What they do is introduce structured, evidence-based screening that every driver over 60 must now be aware of and prepared for. Here is what has changed and what now applies to you. The most significant new requirement is the mandatory medical fitness to drive declaration. All drivers aged 70 and above must now submit this form, signed by a licensed physician or nurse practitioner, every 2 years as part of the renewal process. This declaration covers your cardiovascular health, vision, cognitive function, the effects of any prescription medications you are taking, and whether any diagnosed condition could reasonably affect your ability to operate a vehicle safely. This is no longer optional. It is not a formality. It is a legal requirement. Failing to submit it means your license renewal will not be processed, and driving on an expired license is illegal. Full stop. For drivers between 62 and 70, medical reviews are required every 2 years at renewal, depending on your province. These assessments are structured to catch conditions that develop gradually, things like reduced peripheral vision, slower cognitive processing, or cardiovascular changes that a person might not even notice themselves, but that can significantly affect reaction time behind the wheel. Importantly, failing one of these assessments does not mean automatically losing your license. Provinces are required to follow a graduated response. That means conditional licenses, daytime-only restrictions, referrals for refresher training, or short-term reassessments. In over 90% of cases where a condition is flagged and properly managed medically, the driver is permitted to continue driving with some form of accommodation. Vision testing has also been formalized and significantly strengthened. Previously, vision checks were often self-declared or done inconsistently across provinces. Under the 2026 rules, drivers aged 62 and above must complete a formal vision screening at a certified optometrist as part of every renewal. This goes beyond basic acuity. It now includes peripheral vision assessments, contrast sensitivity, and glare recovery testing, especially important for night driving. If you have a history of glaucoma, cataracts, or macular degeneration, the DVLA may require optometrist certification and direct submission of your results to the licensing authority before your renewal is approved. Conditional licenses restricting nighttime driving or highway driving may be issued for drivers whose vision falls below the full standard, but who can still drive safely within defined conditions. On the digital side, Canada is also in the middle of a major shift toward digital driving licenses. Provinces including Ontario, British Columbia, Alberta, and Saskatchewan have already launched opt-in digital license apps. By mid-2026, authorities are projecting 70% adoption of digital driving credentials nationally. For older drivers, this matters for a practical reason. Your digital license updates in real time. When you complete a medical declaration, renew your license, or update your address, your driving record reflects this immediately. There is no waiting weeks for a paper card. Police, insurers, and border services can verify your status instantly. Getting set up with your provincial digital license app now puts you ahead and eliminates the risk of being caught with outdated paper documentation during a roadside check. There is one more thing every driver over 60 must understand right now. If a physician determines that you have a condition affecting your ability to drive and you continue driving without reporting it or updating your license, the consequences go far beyond a fine. If you are involved in an accident while an undisclosed medical condition is on record with your doctor, your insurance policy can be declared completely void. That means every cost of that accident, vehicle damage, medical bills, legal liability, falls directly on you personally. Transport Canada's framework has also introduced physician reporting duties for serious conditions like dementia and epilepsy. Doctors are now expected to flag cases directly to provincial registries where a patient continues to drive against medical advice. So, what do you need to do today? Check your license expiry date and find out exactly when your next renewal is due. Book a comprehensive eye exam now, not when the renewal notice arrives, now. Speak with your family doctor about the new medical declaration requirements and ask them to prepare a current health summary. Contact your provincial transport authority directly, whether that is Service Ontario, ICBC in British Columbia, or Alberta Transportation, and confirm the exact forms, timelines, and submission methods for your region. And download your province's digital license app so your driving record is always current and accessible. That is your first update from Maple Now 24, and we are just getting started. Canada's 2026 driving rules for older Canadians are not about taking away independence. They are about making sure that every driver on the road, at every age, is genuinely safe and fully protected. But the responsibility to stay compliant sits with you. The framework is live, the assessments are real, and the penalties for being unprepared are serious. Do not wait for a renewal notice to arrive in the mail before you act. Act today. If this video helped you, please subscribe to Maple Now 24 so you never miss a critical update that could protect your license, your finances, and your freedom on the road. Share it with every Canadian driver over 60 that you know. We will see you in the next update right here on Maple Now 24.